Hello everyone, welcome back to CMME Made Easy, and I hope you all are doing very well. Before we begin, let me remind my dear students that the contents of this channel are only to supplement your knowledge, not to replace the regular online and offline classes in your institution. So please attend your classes and do not miss them. Also, if you like our contents, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like the videos and share these videos with your friends, with your batchmates, with your juniors. Also, if you are a teacher, then with your students. Please follow our Facebook page and the link will be given in the description. Welcome to another video of Basic Biostatistics, and today we are going to learn how we can present data in the form of bar diagram. Bar diagram is used to compare categories of mutually exclusive discrete data. So if the data is of discrete category and they are mutually exclusive, then we can use bar diagram to present those data. In a bar diagram, we can have x-axis and y-axis. So we have two axes. One of them is called x-axis, the horizontal one, and the vertical one is known as the y-axis. X-axis represents the categories, the different categories, whereas y-axis represents the frequency of individual category. Height of the bars is proportional to the frequency of the corresponding variable. So suppose if the frequency of one variable is more than the second variable, then the bar presenting the first variable will be longer or taller as compared to the bar presenting the second variable. In case of nominal data, since these data are discrete, bars can be arranged in any order. If you remember nominal scale, in nominal scale there is no particular order. So if we are talking about male female, we can also write female male. So if we write the first category male and second category can be female, that is absolutely okay. Similarly, if we are presenting this data in bar, we can put any bar or any variable before the other variable. So the first bar can be for male and second bar can be for female. Similarly, the first bar can be for female and the second bar can be for male. So it does not matter which order we keep. But in case of ordinal data, it is expected that the bars are arranged either in ascending or descending order of magnitude. The width of the bars and the spaces between them should be uniform throughout the diagram. So if there are multiple bars, then the width of individual bar should be same. Also, if there are more than two bars, so then in that case the space between the successive two bars should be also similar. X and y axis should also be named properly so that we can understand what are being shown on the x axis and the y axis. Frequency of each bar should be mentioned above each bar. This is very important, and legends or index should be used whenever applicable. So if we are using different colors for different bars or different shades for different bars, then it should be presented in legends. Title of a figure should be mentioned below the figure. If you remember, in my last video I mentioned that the title of a table should be above the table, but in case of figures, which can be a bar diagram, a histogram, a pie chart, whatever, in case of figure the title is always below the figure. Now there are three types of bar diagram: simple bar diagram, multiple bar diagram, and component bar diagram. We are going to discuss them individually. First one is the simple bar diagram. It is the simplest form of all the bar diagrams. Bar charts only with one variable or a single group, and it is known as simple bar diagram. So in bar diagram, simple bar diagram, we have only one variable. Now let me show you an example here. So this is figure 1, the simple bar diagram showing the distribution of students according to religion. Of course, here also we are supposed to write the number of subjects being represented in this figure. So we have 106 students and they have been distributed according to their religion. So we have the religions in the x-axis, Hindu, Muslim, Christian and others, and in the y-axis we have the frequency, that means the number of students in individual religion. So, and also we must mention the number or the frequency of students for each religion above the each bar. This is important. So we have 52 Hindu students, 34 Muslim students, 15 Christian students, and 5 students belonging to other religion. If you notice, the width of individual bar is same, and also the gap or space between the two successive bars should also be same. Now this was done on MS painting, so you can say there may be a little bit difference in the space between this successive bars, but you understand, if you have a ruler, then you should be able to draw it properly. Okay, so this is simple bar diagram, and only one variable is being presented here, that is the religion of the students. Now coming to the next one, that is the multiple bar diagram. In multiple bar diagram, two or more variables are considered. The bars representing the different variables are drawn adjacent to each other, and equal width of the bar is maintained. So here also the bars should be of equal width, and since we are presenting two or more variables, then in that case two or more bars should be drawn adjacent to each other. Now again let me show you the example. So this is the multiple bar diagram showing distribution of students according to religion and gender. So from the title we can see we are presenting here two different variables, religion and the gender, and the total number of students is 213. So we have a few Hindu students, few Muslim students, and few Christian students. If you add them up, we have 84 Hindu students. Out of them, 52 are boys and 32 are girls. Similarly, we have 70 Muslim students. Of them, 43 are boys and 27 are girls, and 59 Christian students. Of them, 34 are boys and 25 are girls. So if you notice the legend here, this is known as legend. Since we have used different colored bars in our bar diagram, the yellow bar represents the boy students, whereas the purple bar represents the girl students. And since there are two different variables, boys and girls, and also the religion, that is why boys and girls have been drawn adjacent to each other, and also the religion, that is another variable, and that is why this component bar, or rather this is the multiple bar, is drawn with minimum gap, and this gap or space between the bars should be equal. Also the width of individual bar should be equal, just like the previous example. So this is an example of multiple bar diagram. Coming to the next option, that is the component bar diagram. In component bar diagram, two or more qualitative variables are further segregated into different categories or components. Total height of the bar corresponding to one variable is further subdivided into different components or categories of the other variable. So let me give you an example to simplify this. So this is the component bar diagram showing distribution of subjects according to gender and level of education. Here we have presented two different variables, the gender and their level of education. We could use a multiple bar diagram to present this data, but here for this context we have used the example of component bar diagram. The first variable is the gender. Since the two possible genders are male and female, that is why we have drawn two bars. After that, individual bar have been subdivided into multiple components, and these components are the level of education, that is the second variable. So as you can see, we have 70 male and 50 female subjects, that is why you have 120 total number of subjects here. These are the legends. So in different component which are represented by different colors, we can see how many subjects belong to which level of education. So there are 9 male illiterates, 13 primary school completed males, 18 males who completed up to middle school, 10 males who completed up to secondary, like this. Similarly, we have 50 female subjects and their level of educations have also been expressed in different component of this second bar. So this is an example of component bar diagram, and with this we have completed the 3 different types of bar diagram. Now there is something known as horizontal bar diagram, which can be a simple bar diagram, a multiple, or even component bar diagram. But as you can see, the orientation of the bars are different. Rather than having vertical bars, we have horizontal bars. So that is why this is known as horizontal bar diagram. This is not very commonly used, but you will come across many articles, many documents showing this kind of bars. This is an example where the frequency of children receiving immunization in the last 4 months of 2021 are expressed. So total 600 children, out of them 140 children received vaccination in September, 105 in October, 170 in November, and 185 in December. So in this case, as you can see, the x-axis actually denotes the frequency, whereas the y-axis denotes the months. So it is reversed in case of horizontal bar diagram. But more or less the concept is same. The width of the bar should be equal. The spaces between the two successive bars should also be equal. So with this we complete today's small session on bar diagram. If you like the video, please subscribe to our channel and share this video with your batchmates, juniors, friends from other colleges. We also have our Facebook page that you can follow. The link is given in the description. Take care, and we shall see you in our next video.